Your body is secretly failing if you see these signs. You know that cut that's taking forever to heal? What about that stubborn bloating you keep blaming on lunch? Or that afternoon brain fog you just brush off as being tired? These aren't just random, unlucky annoyances. They are carefully planned signals from your body. If you don't know how to read them, you're missing the critical warning that your internal healing systems are struggling, and a much bigger crisis might be brewing just under the surface. Your body has an incredible built-in ability to heal itself. It's a system designed for resilience and repair, but that system can get overwhelmed. It can be worn down by things like chronic stress, a poor diet, or underlying conditions we don't even know we have. When this happens, the healing process can stall. Your body's repair crews essentially get sidetracked, but they don't just walk off the job silently. They leave behind clues, subtle red flags that something is wrong. Today, we're not talking about the obvious, dramatic symptoms. We're decoding the secret language of your body. We're uncovering the quiet signs that your internal healing mechanisms are compromised, and how ignoring them is like ignoring the smoke alarm when a fire has already started. So, if you've ever felt that something is just off, you need to watch this. Sign number 1, wounds that won't heal. Let's start with one of the most visible, yet frequently ignored signs. A cut, scrape, or sore that just won't go away. You got a small paper cut a few weeks ago and it's still there, maybe red, a little swollen, refusing to fully close up. You might think it's just a nuisance, but this is your body sending a clear message. A wound is often considered chronic or non-healing if it hasn't shown significant signs of healing within about 4 weeks. Think about that. If a simple injury hangs around for a month, it's a major red flag. Healthy healing is a complex process that your body is normally an expert at. When it falters, it's often because a critical part of that system is compromised. So what's really going on? A slow healing wound is frequently a direct sign of poor circulation. Your red blood cells are like paramedics, rushing oxygen and vital nutrients to the site of an injury to rebuild tissue. If your circulation is poor, that supply chain is throttled. The repair crews can't get to the construction site, so the work stalls. Another major culprit is infection. When your skin is broken, it's an open door for bacteria. Normally, your immune system would handle it. But if the system is already weakened, it can't effectively fight off invaders and heal the wound simultaneously. The body gets stuck fighting the infection, and the healing process grinds to a halt. So if you see a wound with persistent redness, swelling, a foul-smelling fluid, or one that just refuses to scab over and disappear, don't just put another bandage on it. Your body isn't just telling you about a skin problem. It's giving you a critical insight into the health of your entire circulatory and immune system. Sign number 2, persistent bloating and digestive distress. We all get bloated from time to time after a big meal, but I'm not talking about that temporary discomfort. I'm talking about stubborn, persistent bloating that seems to have no clear cause. Maybe you wake up feeling fine, but by the afternoon you feel uncomfortably full, gassy and distended, even if you've eaten well. You might also be dealing with other digestive issues like acid reflux, constipation, or diarrhea that have become your new normal. This isn't just a sensitive stomach. This can be a huge, flashing sign that your internal environment is out of balance. The gut is often called the body's second brain, and for good reason. When it's consistently irritated, it can be a sign of a deeper issue. Persistent bloating can point to many things, from food intolerances that your body is struggling to handle, to conditions like small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO, or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. But what does this have to do with healing? Everything. Your gut is where you absorb the nutrients needed for every single repair process in your body. If your gut is inflamed, your ability to absorb protein, vitamins, and minerals can plummet. You could be eating the healthiest diet in the world, but if your gut health is compromised, those nutrients aren't making it to your cells. You're essentially shortchanging your body's repair crews on their essential tools. Plus, chronic digestive distress can be a source of systemic inflammation. When the gut lining is compromised, certain particles can leak into the bloodstream, triggering a wider immune response that keeps your body on alert. So that relentless bloating isn't just uncomfortable, it's a potential sign that your body is fighting a battle on the inside, diverting precious energy away from general healing and repair. Sign number 3. The silent signals of poor blood flow. This next sign is subtle, but it speaks volumes about the very foundation of your health. Your circulation. Your blood is your body's life-giving river, transporting oxygen and nutrients to every single cell. When that river runs slow, tissues can be deprived of what they need, and the healing process stalls. This lack of oxygen has visible, tangible signs you can check for right now. Do you often have cold hands and feet, even when you're in a warm room? Does your skin, particularly on your legs or feet, sometimes look pale or even have a bluish tint? These can be indicators that your circulation is struggling to reach your extremities. Another simple test is to check your capillary refill. Press down on one of your fingernails until it turns white. When you release the pressure, the color should return in less than 2 seconds. If it takes longer, it might suggest that blood flow is sluggish. Why is this so critical? Every stage of healing depends on getting enough oxygen and blood to the area. Without it, your body can't build new tissue, fight off infection effectively, or clear out cellular debris. This is why people with poor circulation are at such a high risk for developing chronic wounds that just won't heal. But it goes deeper than just skin health. Poor blood flow means your organs might not be getting all the oxygen they need to function at their best. Your brain can feel foggy because it's not getting enough oxygen-rich blood. Your muscles may feel weak or cramp up for the same reason. It's a systemic issue that can compromise your body's ability to maintain and repair itself. So don't just dismiss those constantly cold feet or pale skin as a personal quirk. It could be your cardiovascular system quietly telling you that it's struggling to deliver the fundamental building blocks for healing. If any of this is starting to sound alarmingly familiar and you're finding this information valuable, take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button. My goal is to help you decode these signals so you can take back control of your health. And by subscribing, you won't miss out on future videos that could make all the difference. Now, before we move on to the next warning sign, if you're starting to recognize some of these signals in yourself, I've created something that can really help you get ahead of them. It's my free Natural Life Starter Kit, a downloadable guide packed with healing herb charts, a 7-day affirmation plan, a critical thinking journal, and even a 7-day detox and nourishment plan. These are all tools designed to help your body restore balance, lower inflammation, and get your natural healing systems firing again. You can grab it right now using the link in the description. It's completely free, and it's a great way to start turning these red flags into green lights for your health. Sign number 4, chronic inflammation, the fire within. Imagine a fire alarm that's been ringing softly in your house for months. At first, you might ignore it, but eventually you'd realize it's signaling a persistent danger. That's exactly what chronic inflammation is in your body. Acute inflammation is a good thing. It's the rapid, aggressive response to an injury that causes temporary swelling and redness as your body heals. Chronic inflammation, however, is when that alarm never shuts off. Your body stays in a state of alert, and this low-grade, simmering fire can slowly damage healthy tissues over time. The signs of chronic inflammation are often subtle and easily mistaken for something else. Do you suffer from persistent body pain, especially in your joints, that makes you feel stiff and achy? That could be inflammation. Do you experience skin issues like rashes, redness, or even puffiness that you can't explain? That's another common sign. It can also show up as general fatigue, brain fog, or even mood issues like anxiety or depression. This constant internal battle is tough on your body's ability to heal. When your immune system is chronically activated, it can sometimes get confused and may even begin to attack your own healthy cells, leading to autoimmune conditions. More importantly, the resources that should be used to repair a cut, mend a muscle are constantly being diverted to fight this phantom fire. Chronic inflammation has been linked to nearly every major chronic disease, including heart disease and type 2 diabetes. It's a foundational problem that undermines healing at its core. So if you're dealing with persistent aches, unexplained skin problems, or a constant feeling of being run down, don't just treat the symptom. Recognize it for what it might be. A sign that your body is trapped in a damaging inflammatory cycle, and it needs you to find the source of the fire so it can finally get back to healing. Sign number 5, the bone-deep fatigue that sleep can't fix. We all get tired. We have busy weeks, stressful days, and sleepless nights. But this sign is different. It's a profound, persistent fatigue that isn't relieved by a good night's sleep. It's that feeling of waking up just as exhausted as when you went to bed. It's a weariness that settles deep in your bones and makes even simple daily tasks feel like climbing a mountain. This isn't just being tired. This is a critical signal that your body's energy resources are being heavily taxed by a hidden, ongoing crisis. When your body is struggling with impaired healing, chronic inflammation, or an underlying illness, its metabolic and immune systems are working overtime, 24/7. This constant internal effort consumes a tremendous amount of energy, leaving very little for anything else. Think of it like running a huge, complex software program in the background of your computer all day long. Everything else slows down. Similarly, when your body is in a state of chronic crisis, its energy is heavily diverted to managing the problem. The result is systemic exhaustion. You might also experience brain fog, difficulty concentrating, or a general feeling of malaise because your brain, like the rest of your body, is being starved of the energy it needs to function properly. This kind of unexplained, persistent fatigue is a common symptom of many conditions where healing is impaired, including autoimmune diseases, chronic infections, and hormonal imbalances. If you feel tired all the time, no matter how much you rest, your body is sending one of its loudest and most desperate signals. It's telling you that its resources are critically low because it's fighting a battle you can't see, and it needs immediate backup. Check your body's final warning. That slow healing cut, the relentless bloating, the nagging aches, the profound fatigue, these aren't necessarily separate, random issues. They can be interconnected whispers from your body, all telling the same story. Your internal healing systems may be compromised. They are the early tremors before the earthquake. Ignoring these signs is a gamble. The whispers might eventually become screams in the form of a chronic illness or a systemic issue that can no longer be ignored. The most powerful thing you can do is learn to listen. Stop dismissing these signals as just part of getting older or normal stress. Your body is constantly communicating with you. These signs are not a reason to panic, but they are a reason to act. They are your invitation to become a detective for your own health. Start paying attention. Keep a journal of your symptoms. And most importantly, talk to a healthcare professional who can help you investigate the root cause. By catching these red flags early, you shift from being a passive victim of circumstance to an active participant in your own well-being. You give your body the support it needs to get its healing cruise back online, so you can move from just surviving to truly thriving. If you're ready to take that first step toward reactivating your body's healing power, don't forget to download your Natural Life Starter Kit. It's free, easy to follow, and gives you practical ways to support your body every single day, from the food you eat to the habits you keep. The link is waiting for you in the description. And if you found today's video eye-opening, the next one you need to watch is The Hidden Dangers of Everyday Food Choices. Because some of the things you eat daily could be sabotaging your healing without you even realizing it. Click here to watch it now, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.